As I was talking about the person's property, he's had chooks missing. Chooks there where their necks have been broken. He's had his dog missing, never found in this particular area. As I was mentioning, there's people putting posts of missing dogs up on the posts, pin-up boards at the shopping centre, close to here, all the time. I'm talking regularly. A lot of people say to me to have the theory that it's for dog fighting, you know, illegal dog fighting and things like that, which is a lot of cases that's probably could be the case. Or people out there just see a dog and they think I'll keep it as a pet, but it's too regular here. It's all the time. I'm talking every week there's dogs missing, every week. Theory that's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, midnight, whatever. The Yowies follow the creeks. They obviously scope the areas out. They obviously know the creeks better than people do. They watch to see the dogs, the dog owners close by, nearby properties. Opportunists. They, for whatever reasons, whether it's for food or keep the dogs quiet in particular areas because they bark a lot, they decide to quieten the dogs down by taking them away completely. Could be for food, I'd say, I reckon. Here's another tree snap over here. If you tell these theories to the average person, they're going to laugh and say, you know, doesn't make sense. But anyone who's right into this research would understand all the strange things that go on. There's another tree snap here. That's nice and high. As you can see, this is how close civilization is. Here's a walking path, housing units. Some parts there's a lot of bushland, it goes back further. Some parts it's really close to the actual walking track and houses. And this creek goes for miles. I've actually had a sighting from here, over the other side of the creek. As you can see, there's horses, small property, and over here there's another part of the property. I seen a figure running from left to right. It was dark, upright, and it was sprinting. I actually went over there a couple of days later and asked the owner, does any of your workers like run around? And he sort of looked at me a bit odd and funny and said, what do you mean? I said, well, I seen a figure running really fast, sprinting from the property. It was behind, it ran from behind this tree and run this way back into here, and that's all you've seen of it. But it was black, tall, it was upright and fast. Shape of a person running. And then I was asking him about the question, do you get yowie activity? Do you believe in yowies? And he sort of said, oh, I never really thought of it. But I said, do you get strange noises? He said, yes. The horses go a bit funny sometimes, the dogs go funny. And he just said, I won't really tell my daughters about it because they won't sleep at night. So we left it at that. But I definitely had a visual. I had a sighting. I didn't have a camera on me at the time. Didn't have any equipment. I was just here for a casual day. But yes, there's a figure run from left, sprinting across here really quick behind there. It was jet black. Well, it looked jet black to me, the whole colour. It was all one colour. It wasn't like it was wearing clothes or had a hat or like a human does where the colour sort of changes with the skin and the clothing. It was just one colour, which was a jet black to me. I was probably a bit further back than where I'm standing here. I was just looking at the horses, talking about theories of yowies and stuff for a couple of weeks prior to that, talking about yowies could come up here for food or for something, and then that's when I had a sighting.